presume you've heard now that we're all on the mandatory masks in the shops from July the 24th. Um, it just seems more crazy by the day because the rules just don't seem to make an awful lot of sense. I mean, for example, it's fine to work in a shop for 8 hours. You can go and be there all that time. Then when you've finished work, not wearing the mask, you're then fine to go to the gym and run on the treadmill. Then from that, you're fine to nip to the pub or nip to the restaurant again with no mask on. You're spreading this virus all over the place. And then on the way back home, you may think, do you know what, I'm just going to nip to the Spar shop and get some milk. And then lo and behold, you're putting a mask on. Now, if we're trying to prevent it, none of this seems to make any damn sense at all. It really doesn't. It just seems more random by the day that, you're fine to do this. The bus driver's fine to not have a mask. Children are fine under 11. It's like, surely there's either like a proper reasoning behind this or a proper like idea of where we're going or some sort of well thought out plan instead of this randomness that just doesn't seem to make any sense to anybody. And if they're scared about like how this is going to spread, then again I'm not seeing why we're back opening the gyms. Surely that doesn't make any sense then. I mean, the nail appointments are back on. The sunbed place down the road from me yesterday, that was back open. Surely if we're that scared, then why are these open? You've got to have some sort of sense to this. I was in a pub on Monday. The pub actually was really, really busy. A lot of people sat down in the pub, but again, no mask at all there. What I want to also say is there's just so many people scared. So many people I've seen in the shops who are so masked up, who have got the gloves on, who are just in the shops, and as you go near them, they're like, oh, like that's it, I'm going to die. So many people who are absolutely petrified of this. And I don't honestly know where I stand on it. I don't know whether it's real. I don't know whether how bad it is. And every time you read something, it just seems something totally random, and it's like what's actually true and what's not true. I mean, for example, I tried to search to see what the figures were because I had no idea. One of the top searches what came up was from The Sun for some reason. This said it was from NHS England, and I actually searched how many people had died in the last 24 hours. Now again, according to this NHS England, it's saying 22. From these 22 people who've died from COVID, it says these patients were between the ages of 54 and 93 years old. And every single one of them have got underlying health issues. So these aren't random people who've died in the street. They're not just people who have suddenly been struck down with this, who was perfectly fine and perfectly well. 93 years old, for goodness sake. These people, I mean, no disrespect, but we've only got so long in us, regardless of who we are, and regardless of what we're eating, or regardless of how safe we are. So I just don't honestly know. I just think it's putting a lot of scaring into people. I think it's frightening a lot of people. I don't actually know where we are with numbers, and again, I just wish that the government would actually come out and say, okay, and this is the number that we have got for people who had no underlying health issues, was not sick, was not ill, was not in hospital, and this is how many people who've just been struck down as if by lightning by this, and that's the figure we've got. And I bet in all fairness that figure is actually pretty damn low, but again, who knows. So back to the mask. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've only actually worn it to go on the train, and I've worn it to go on the bus, and I actually feel quite like I can't breathe with it that well. I don't think it's particularly doing anybody any good or particularly helping to stop any virus anyway. And I also feel that putting it on and pulling it off and answering the phone and putting it back again and pulling it down to have a drink, this is actually causing more germs on your face than perhaps would be normally. Um, Also the mass, I mean, in all fairness, we should be maybe buying 10, 20 a week if we're actually going down the road of trying to prevent something. Surely we should be a little bit more like sort of making sure our hands are very clean, not touching my face, putting this mask on, and then when we have done with that, throwing it away. Certainly not saving them, which is what I've been doing. So no use really, but again, who can be affording to be going out and buying all this stuff? And yeah, you might see it as it's saving my life, but is it worth these figures for all this? And also, the masks when you put them on are actually causing the fear and actually not helping with our breathing. So again, I'm not 100% sure what I believe at this stage. I just feel figures are very, very manufactured. I also think it's all very well saying this is all good because it's getting the economy back to normality. Again, I'm not seeing this. I think for myself, yeah, I'm gonna have to go shopping. I'm gonna have to go to the supermarket. But as for going out, like looking at clothes shops or browsing or any of that sort of thing, I will just think, do you know what? I'm just not even going down that road because I just don't want to be going into shops with masks on. And I just feel that this is not helping with jobs, and I feel that companies are just going to end up laying more people off, thinking, you know what, we're not getting the traffic anymore. There's not that many people shopping, and if anything, it's again just burying the economy. Also, where I live as well, normally the buses are very, very busy. It goes into town, loads of people catch the bus, and it's really not. It's just like one or two people sat there with the masks on, and again, not helping anybody. So please comment down below. It'd be interesting to hear what other people think. Do you think this is real? Do you think this is hyped up? Do you think we have no understanding of where we're actually going with this? Do you feel that there's going to be the second wave? And I would say pretty much that's a guaranteed. I do think there'll be some sort of rise in figures, and lo and behold, we'll be locked down again. But anyway, I guess we shall see. Thank you so much for watching. Have a good day no matter where you are, and bye.